Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, mesdames et carré, here we are. Will it be the last game, or will it be not the last game just yet here in the finals of the Competo 2v2 Cup? It is Aristeo and his ally Cubit playing against Sid and Lil Kanan, and Sid and Lil Kanan have a team called, guess what? Lil Sid and Aristeo and Cubit, of course, are from Team Empire. So Team Empire is up 2-1. They lost the first game, won the third, won the second one, and now, after some long discussions, Lil Sid decided that they want to play here on High Orbit. High Orbit is a 2v2 map. You got this big ramp at the front, you got the backdoor entrance here, you got a very easily accessible gold mineral expansion, and if you control the gold mineral expansion, this first Xelnaga watchtower is not far away either, and most of the time a Zerg player decides to expand here, his non-Zerg ally decides to go for the gold, because later on it's much easier for the Zerg player to connect those bases with creep and even go for the another hatchery right here. So I'm really curious where this is going, but it is double barracks time here for Lil Kanan, and will the double barracks be spotted? Of course, this will be the questions. No, this is still Aristeo, has no idea what's going on. Was he already in the base there? Yes, he was. So he spotted, okay, nothing really at all. He spotted the pool by Sid now here with his Zerglings en route to Aristeo's base, even though and only Aristeo's spawning pool just only will finish in the next 5 seconds. So slightly small advantage here for Aristeo, for Sid, where he's able to force those road drones from Aristeo to run away. And this is how you control drones. If you're getting attacked, just click on the mineral patches behind the Zerglings so you can go for a surround as fast as possible. So here is the first Marine. Will he able to get this Overlord down? Lil Kanan got those two SCVs here in the mix as well. Of course, Aristeo now with Zerglings out of his own. Not just able to surround those Marines quite yet, and now it is 3 Marines already, and of course 3 Marines will be able to take out this Overlord no problem. Aristeo right now, is he supply blocked? Yes, he is. 19 over 18. Just only got 4 more Zerglings in production, no more Overlords. And of course Lil Kanan needs to watch out. What is he doing with his Marines? Needs to move back with his injured Zergling, with his injured Marine from the Queen. This is exactly what he's doing. Lil Kanan only walking around with his SCVs, not just yet going for the bunker, and if this second Overlord is falling, it will not look too good for Aristeo, because he just finished with the second Overlord but still cannot produce any more units. Once again, Aristeo forced to use some drones. Do we see now the first reacted Hellions for Cubit are in production, but the question of course will be, will it already be too late? Aristeo only can do one thing, running away with his Queen from all those Marines, but the Marine count will just get higher and higher. Meanwhile, we see Sid moving in with just more and more Zerglings, now even taking the hatchery, taking the drones, not just yet. And where are the first Hellions? They should be out any second now. Here they are. Now this spawning pool is under attack. The spawning pool most likely will go down, preventing Aristeo from producing any more Zerglings or even taking up. But he's still got the Queen, so at least in terms of macro he can do something. Now here are the Hellions roasting and toasting the first Marines. Now in addition to these other Marines, this attack might get repelled for the moment, but 3 Marines still were able to kill Hellion number 2 as well. But because it's a reactor, more Hellions are out, but looks like Aristeo is too much behind, now even lost his Queen as well. And in terms of units, Aristeo is down to 3 drones, 2 Overlords, not looking too good here for him. Now the speed finished for Sid. With the speed finished, of course, it is much easier for the Zerg player Sid to attack those Hellions by Cubit. Cubit just started with the Infernal Pre-Ignite, of course. This will take another 100 seconds before it is finished, but 3 Hellions, if you repair them properly, are enough for the moment to hold something off. And Aristeo is 60 minerals. He is nearly broke, having no units at all beside from those 2 Overlords. Meanwhile, what is Lil Kanan doing? He's currently stopping with the aggression. He's just producing more Marines, but those Marines will be pulled back. To be honest, I thought in addition to the Zerglings, they just could have kept on the pressure, but it looks like they're a little bit too afraid from all those Hellions, and now those Hellions might spot the Marines. Yes, they spotted the Marines, so Lil Kanan needs to cancel all of the Marines here and just lift up the barracks, and this is exactly what he's doing. Meanwhile, this wall off here is complete. He does not have a single overlord or a supply depot at the Spectre entrance, but of course Hellions take quite a long time. Of course, Lil Kanan cannot lower the supply depot for this SCV here, and rearranging his Marines, of course, with the right bunker is slightly better of a choice because of the more range. And what is the follow-up play here by both guys? There we see Aristeia receiving a little bit of money here from Cubit, going for more drones, going for the spawning point. Remember, in the last game on Scorched Haven, nearly the same happened, but now it is Aristeia and not Cubit who's so much behind in terms of economy, but he's not only behind in terms of economy, but also in terms of tech because of the losing of the spawning pool here. So now really curious where this is going. So finally here they are, the two barracks arriving from Lil Kanan, and I mean the only production facilities he's currently having are all those three barracks without an add-on at all. Now he's going for the factory. We do not see an expansion by Sid, we do not see a command center being built here in this area, maybe by Lil Kanan, not even trying to get rid of destructible debris here. Looks like they are just too afraid from those Blue Flame Hellions, and I mean, those Hellions just attacking the destructive rocks here since 2 minutes and still only being able to get rid of half of the HP on the destructible debris here. So this is showing us how much time it takes for a couple of Hellions to just actually get rid of those destructible stuff here. So Aristeia, what is he doing right now? Just finished with this extractor, and I mean he was 0 drones, now he's even at 13 drones, but the difference between the harvester count all in all together in total is not that big. But if you take a look at the oh, and actually the difference between everybody is not that big either. I mean, we see Aristeia at 22 supply, but Cubit 64 supply, 2845 means that actually Team Empire, even though they suffered so much losses in the beginning in terms of supply, total supply being ahead, but now there are the 6 mutas out. Pretty soon Cubit just moved in with the Viking, spotted the spire, and so they can react accordingly. And what is he doing right now? He is building an engineering bay for the missile turrets. We see Aristeia going for the evolution chamber, so this timing here with this Viking to move in and scout is really paying off here, and the decision of Sid and Lil Kane to move back, being a little too afraid of all those Hellions, was just too much. I mean, there were 2 players. Aristeia was not able to produce any units at all, beside from maybe 1 or 2 drones. But now, good choice by Sid to move in here. This missile turret won't be finished in time. This Viking will go down as well. And now it is time for those mutas to clear up siege tanks, clear up Hellions. And this is exactly what he's doing. Of course, you want to get rid of the siege tanks, which are really bad units here. What about the Queen? Looks like the Queen will survive with the 29 HP in the last second. Here are the Marauders of Lil Kanan taking out tank number 1 and tank number 2, and even though Cubit and Aristeia were slightly ahead in terms of supply, it was mainly just SCVs and stuff like this, and not really fighting units, and the army composition for the mutas with the mutas and the marauders with the stim was just too much to handle for those two guys after being behind so much. So after taking the lead 1-0 and losing 2 games in a row, they were able to take game number 4, so we will have an ace match coming up here. We will go for the full distance in this finals for the tournament for the Competo 2v2 Cup. So a last possible match will come up pretty soon. And now let me just ask Aristeia what map he does want to play on. And they want to play on Arid Wastes, and I like this map quite a lot. Here we go. Because it is such a strategical map, and that's why I have to tell him, good choice. So, by the way, I'm completely neutral. I don't care who wins as long as we see some great games. And Lil Kanan is in there, Aristeia is in there as well. So we just have to wait for the rest to join, and then we can get going here with the 5th game for the Competo 2v2 Cup.